Bears. It's been Bimbe has been spectacular. McGee as well. They're looking for who else can contribute and terminate for them on the side. That's why they probably lost both of those against TCU. McGee and Bimbe have been so steady, but who else? And I look at Ali Check to be the X factor for the Bears.
All right, Baylor will be on the right-hand side of your screen. In the dark green, Kansas in their baby blues on the left. Glad you're with us from Lawrence. We're underway. Turner to Elnady. London Davis. Kayla Myers got a hand on that one. Myers again. And there you see the termination. Manuela Bimbe.
Tremendous set selection from A.B. Carlson to go to Bimbe. Kansas had a couple soft touches on the block at the plane of the net against McGee, but as Bimbe quick, that was able to beat the Kansas defense.
London Davis off the hands on a play, even at 1.
And for Kansas, their X factor has been London Davis, and it spreads out when they can get that right side production that spreads out and gives some more options to the other pin player, the outside, and then the middle as well. And so London Davis has been so strong and steady for the Jayhawks.
Once again, Bimbe.
Bimbe, a perfect 2 of 2, and it's the service reception core for the Bears that has been also extremely on point for them throughout the year. Their head coach, Ryan McGuire, told us, he said, we have been able to pass. It's just been, can we be able to terminate?
Tough swing for Elnady. Overpass. Good pickup from McGee. London Davis winds up. Good dig from DaCosta. This time, it's on a banjo putting it away for Kansas.
And then so success for the Jayhawks running their middle in a quick tempo. It's just finding that tiny little, actually just the hands, just a one-on-one attempt. And it was the speed of that was able to beat the block for Anna Banjo. And she's been electric for Kansas all season long, the transfer in from the University of Iowa into the program.
Even at 2, Katie Dalton serves. From the back row. A little short from Check. Do you expect her to be a factor tonight?
I do. I mean, the lefty, the southpaw can cause havoc for teams. Just barely missed that, but I actually think that set was a good option for the Bears.
6'4" sophomore. There you see the power from Elise McGee.
And at 6'4", the contact point where she's coming, I think Burns actually made a nice read on this play, but that ball just hits about 4 feet in front of her is because of that angle of which she can produce from that contact point.
Carlson serves. On a banjo. 4-3 Kansas.
And so going towards this zone, they've had the success of going off the left hand of Elise McGee early in this match. So it'll be interesting to see if Elise McGee just makes a little bit of adjustment more towards the antenna to kind of shield that line, because Kansas has had success on it.
Elnady with the ace. Kansas with a 2-point edge now at 5-3.
This ball's coming at you in a hurry. T-shirts fly here in Horace Family Volleyball Arena when an ace is served for the home team. And this one just got past the hip of McGee because of the velocity off of the hand of Elnady, going line to line with that serve.
Elnady brings it again. And Banjo was there for Kansas. Great dig from Katie Dalton. And a block. Back in the Kansas lineup, it's Reagan Cooper.
And welcome back, Reagan Cooper. She went down in that match, the first match against Kansas State, and I thought that we might not see her for a while, maybe not the rest of the season. That's how tragic that injury looked. But wow, welcome sights for the Jayhawks as she's back in the lineup for Kansas.
Kansas leading 6-3, Elnady with another good serve. Reagan Burns stabs with the right hand to save it. Great pickup from Reagan Burns.
Hey, some good things happen when you keep the ball up and alive, right? I mean, that is goal number 1, and this is just a reaction play. Sets into that, dives into the seam, gets a hand on that, and sometimes the ball goes your way.
Ryan McGuire wants a timeout for Baylor as Kansas leads 7-3 here in the opening set from Lawrence. Glad you're with us here on Big 12 Now. 7-3 lead here early in the first set. Aya El Nadi with a serve. Another good one. Will give Kansas an opportunity. Turner on a banjo. Great pickup. Was that Carlson who was on the floor?
Carlson, and similar to what Burns just did to the Bears do it right back to the Jayhawks, and Carlson sitting in the seam off a free ball attempt from the Jayhawks, and that stops a 4-0 scoring run for Kansas.
Preseason all Big 12, you can see why. Here's Elise McGee. Burns takes it. Turner out to Cooper. Cameron Turner with the left hand.
Cameron Turner just sees this play extremely well. She knows that she gets more towards the middle of this net, so she has all this space to work with at that angle with that left hand. That's her strong hand.
8-4 Kansas here in the first set. On a banjo serves. Alicia Andrew, perfectly set.
And great news for the Bears as they're continuing to get their ball to their middle, and are able to do so. A perfect pass. Carlson didn't have to move at all from that setter position, so easy working on that one-on-one attempt.
Arsenio, good serve. Forces the overpass. Bibinbe.
And Bibinbe quickly turns to Briseño and says, hey, that's you. I was easy work there as a middle blocker. That's like a birthday present.
8-6 Kansas now here in the first set. Myers with the swing. Myers with the tip. Out to Cooper. Just out of the reach of Sophie Keene. 9-6 now, Kansas.
You know, both these teams coming into this match knowing this could be a huge resume booster as we're narrowing in the end of the season. Baylor with 2 home matches left, and Kansas with 3 in conference play.
How about Reagan Cooper making her presence felt?
Well, knowing and sensing she's one-on-one there with Czech, and Czech with that lefty, you've got to go extreme to get into that angle, to get onto her hitting arm. And she dove into it because she was all alone. Good sense from Reagan Cooper.
Good dig from El Nadi. Cooper puts it away. 11-6 KU. Kansas certainly has a lot of depth. Bien played well in her absence, but Ray Bichard has got to be happy to see Reagan Cooper back in the lineup. Bibinbe for Baylor makes it 11-7. Fatu will serve it up. Freshman sends it deep. Turner out to Cooper. Good dig from Keene. Cooper rolled it over and gets the point. 12-7 Kansas.
And an off-speed shot because she set this up with a couple deep shots. And so found the hole, got actually the deflection off the hand. And a huge welcome back for Reagan Cooper.
Burns with another good pickup. El Nadi with a swing. London Davis got a hand on that one. Bibinbe Scores it for Baylor, now 12-8 Kansas.
Bibembe has been it for the Bears. 4 of 5. 4 kills, no errors on 5 attempts. A strong start. Excuse me, 5 of 6 now, counting that one. And just a quick off of her feet, knowing to find the opening, not having to hit it straight down, but more towards shading towards, going towards the angles and deep into the floor to find success.
That's just Acosta. Sends it long. 13-8 Kansas now. Nadi with the tip, perfectly placed. 14-8 Kansas.
And Reagan Burns going back to serve for the Jayhawks. It started with her aggressive serve, a smart shot there, right over. You got to get over the height of the block and then right in front of the defender. Reagan Burns, a true freshman, was out of the match though in that second matchup against Iowa State. Has been battling a wrist injury. You can see her heavily taped for her.
Looks like she's getting ready to step in the ring with Sugar Ray Leonard.
And this attempt just wide, just misses. A first miss from Bibembe. You got to certainly understand though why they're feeding her the ball, because she's had that early success for Baylor.
It doesn't look like it affects her serves. What's the challenge with playing with that heavily bandaged hand? El Nadi.
I talked to Coach Bouchard about it today. He said, you know how that is. My senior year, my elbow, I dislocated my elbow, and it's difficult because whenever you're taking a lot of contact, either right on your platform, it can be difficult to manage when you have that wrist heavily taped, and I think it was impacting her a bit, but give credit to Bryn Kirsch, who stepped in nicely for the Jayhawks on the road.
16-8 Kansas here in the opening set. What has impressed you thus far as Kansas goes on a 4-0 scoring run, forcing the timeout?
Yeah, I thought the block has done a good job of funneling the ball to their back row defense. I thought they've set in and dug some nice balls. 9 digs for the Kansas defense, and then 2 4-0 scoring runs is going to be, the difference here in this match so far. Kansas able to score a bit in bunches compared to Baylor so far, and Kansas getting back Reagan Cooper provides just another element to this offense. A very good offense all season long, and Baylor, they have the physicality. Their success is going to be using that physicality to block some balls and get in front of these Kansas attackers, which has been difficult. Baylor without a team block so far. But Ryan McGuire told us, he goes, we have to block people. When we play well, we use our physicality to our advantage, and we get in front of attackers.
This Baylor team is loaded with top 20 recruits, but no seniors on the roster. I believe one of only 4 teams in America that doesn't have a senior on the roster. What is a challenge for Baylor without a senior on the team?
We talked to Coach about that. It's like usually you have your senior in your lineup saying, hey, right here and now, like we've got to do this, we've got to, but it's how do you set, a sophomore talking to her fellow sophomore who's in the lineup. It's different when you have a senior voice and you have that person that's in their last season of their career, but it's reliant on, I look at Briseño for them because she's that junior. I think Elise McGee as well, and that junior, those two leading the way for the Baylor Bears. But he said that has been a little bit of an issue. Who can be that voice? And Baylor without one of the best freshmen in the country in Kendall Sowers. I think that's a huge miss for them right now. They haven't had her for a few weeks, early October since they've had her.
Elise McGee puts it away. 16-9 Kansas now here in the opening set.
And this set changeup, I think, was good because it gave Elise McGee a lot of space to work with down the line. She shaded it more towards that zone to find the softer spot in the Kansas defense.
Bibembe with a good serve. London Davis. Great save from DaCosta.
Great save that just, bettering the ball on the side of the Bears.
It's one thing to get to that ball, but make it playable enough. You can do something with it.
16-10 now as the Bears are trying to inch their way back, and Bibembe is a good server.
Good serve there. London Davis. From the back row. It's a little low from DaCosta. Point Kansas, 17-10. KU now.
Well, Xavier Carlson is alive in the front row. 2 other options in the front row, trying to use that back row as the outlet. But they've missed on 2 of the attempts, but I actually appreciate the set selection.
On the attack, Alicia Andrew. From the back row again. This one goes wide. Ali check.
There's the success from the back row from the Bears. You knew it was going to get going sooner and later, and Bien just couldn't settle in on that one.
18-11 Kansas now, first set. Ace for the Bears. Avery Carlson came in as one of the top 5 recruits in the country, just a sophomore. Preseason all Big 12. El-Nadi. Carlson dives and saves it. Elise McGee makes it 18-13 now, Kansas. In set number 1.
And a 3-0 scoring run, the first scoring run we've seen from the Bears in this set. Putting pressure, that line-to-line serve from Avery Carlson.
How about the swing from El-Nadi?
Well, it's just awareness, quick off of her feet, knowing that, sensing that ball is over and just having that awareness to snap deep into the angle. Can't say enough about Aya El-Nadi and the play and just how critical she was late in that 5th set on the road in Ames, Iowa this past weekend. A gritty performance because the Cyclones gave all the Jayhawks could handle.
Long from McGee, point Kansas.
A match where they went down 5-1 in the 5th set. The night before they lost in 5. And so they go down 5-1 in the 5th on the road. It's difficult. You're only playing to 15. They extended that one 19-17, and Aya El-Nadi was critical late in that match.
It's a tough place to play.
Tough. I mean, the fans show up and they're loud. It's a big arena in Hilton. It's a difficult place to go and win. Similar to how, you know, opponents feel about coming into Lawrence, Kansas and facing the Jayhawks in Horish.
Elise McGee with a good serve. El-Nadi takes it on a banjo.
A gutsy set from Cameron Turner. Have this trust, or the 10-foot line. 2 options available. You either go out to the outside pin and Cooper high. Everyone's expecting that. What do they not expect? That bat behind your head to set on a banjo. Anytime you're out of system for a setter to have that trust and have that awareness too.
El-Nadi with a nice dig. Point's going to go to Baylor, however.
That double contact. Yeah, double contact. Came out dirty off the hands of Cameron Turner. Not going to fight that one, I don't think. That with that ball, there's so much spin off of the digs, and it's difficult to handle.
Senyo. Reagan Cooper.
And
obviously, you love her offense, but emotionally, does that her return add something to this lineup?
And she has such a calm veteran presence about Reagan Cooper. We've had a chance to talk to her after some 5-set epic battles, and she said, you know, we just could not let the emotion get the best of you. So yeah, when a player like that is back into the lineup and has that veteran presence, it's a huge lift.
Ali check message wide. Kansas now 2 points away from this opening set.
And Riley Simpson checking into the lineup for the Baylor Bears.
Reagan Burns, the great dig. Burns has been very, very good in this first set. And that takes Kansas to set points.
and 9 attacking errors on the side of the Baylor Bears. So if you just clean up some of that on their side, give credit to the Kansas block as well, but I think some of the opportunities for the Bears they can clean up and try to grab some momentum into set number 2.
Just long from Cameron Turner.
And this one was
pretty close.
Coach Bouchard, calm and cool, collected as always on the side.
I'm not going to say it. Ryan McGuire was asking about your record on replays, and that one looked into me, but blocked, but wide. Kansas takes the opening set, 25-16. A good start for the hometown Kansas Jayhawks. Set number 2 coming. Sport
more than any other sport.
One set to the next, one moment to the next can change so much in volleyball. And I don't know if it's the mentality of you liberos that bring it and change things around, but it does. It can flip in a moment, and it is crazy to watch sometimes.
Baylor coming in here, a top 25 team at 23 in the polls, RPI 32. Kansas at 19 in the RPI, 17 in the polls. So Kansas trying to build that resume to think, could we still make a push to try to make a bid to host on their home floor, top 16 hosts, the first and second round of the tournament. Both these teams, though, want to look at the end of the season, and the committee looks at that. What team's trending in the positive direction?
Ali Check scores it for Baylor. The Bears on the board first.
No kills, 3 errors in that first set for Ali Check. First kill for her, so that's a positive direction. First point in set number 2.
Zenyo serves. London Davis winds up. No touch.
Mbembe lost his shoe. You don't see that too often. You're going to tie those laces a little bit tighter. And there that shoe goes. You're just happy there's no injury, because anytime, we've seen a couple of this year.
He is heavily guarded on that right ankle, left as well. That serve is long. Kansas on the board now, down 2-1. Burns with a good serve. On a banjo with the block. Wow. Elise McKee.
And Reagan Birds is actually sitting in that angle with just too much heat. A positive touch from on a banjo with that left hand. And the Bears back to see the 2 merging defenders for the Jayhawks, but Burns just couldn't quite corral that one.
London Davis.
There's a positive touch for the block.
That ball's down.
And that's the Baylor side. They're happy with that play, that dig and transition to kill there that they had. It all started with a positive touch at the plane of the net. Fast tempo, finding the deep part of the floor.
You've seen that adjustment you talked about with Baylor already?
Yeah, all that helps with it. Things are slowed down at the plane of the net with your block.
London Davis over the hands. Kansas asking for a touch. Ray Bouchard going for the card.
I didn't think I saw one live. Baylor jumping out to a 5-1 lead. Kansas trying to slow down the momentum here of the Bears. Out hot in set number 2. So as this play was called, no touch, out long.
Ooh.
And is there enough to overturn it? See if there's a touch on number 20 for Baylor, Bibembe. Her right hand.
Possibly. Great look from our Rock Chalk video crew.
That right pointer finger looks like it might get.
It looks like the ball changes just
a little bit.
But that is the toughest call. I think that the touch, no touch. The Kansas players were looking immediately for the challenge.
I don't know if there's going to be enough here to overturn it. You have to have clear and convincing evidence, and I don't know if I necessarily have clear and convincing evidence. What do you got, partner?
I'm not going to think
first one out. You're not going to make the call tonight.
I don't think this one's getting overturned. But
okay.
That one replay from behind the Baylor defense certainly looks like the ball changes a little bit in direction, but Kansas players looking at the big board saying, yeah, obviously there was a touch. I think we're coming to a decision.
Breaking the action though, set number 2, and I think it will be reversed. Now it's all enough.
Like I said, plenty to show there.
Now you're going all in.
So good challenge from Ray Bouchard. Listen to his players. Who called for a touch, and point is reversed. Ryan McGuire would like an explanation. That gets a laugh from Ray Bouchard. Great to see the other. We know what a great man Ray Bouchard is for this university, for this team.
Yes.
We know that all well as anybody. But to hear other coaches talk about what he means to the sport and what he means to the conference, and what he means to them personally. Ryan McGuire talking about how much respect he has for Ray Bouchard and what he's done, what he's been through, and how he kind of keeps an eye on him and how he's handled his career is really, I think, pretty telling.
It speaks volumes, right? I mean, when you're in the same profession, and it's a difficult profession of coaching at this level, at a Power 5 school, and the expectations. And so for Ryan McGuire to say that about Ray Bouchard, I think speaks volumes. And he said, you know, they've been to the pinnacle, they've been to the Final Four, and he looks at this program and has you might have to, there's some ebbs and flows, and how do you keep that standard of play? And he said he's been very helpful. He's always been super welcoming, and so there's a ton of respect between these two coaches, head coaches. This is a healthy discussion.
Briseno is talking to the up official here, and now Cameron Turner's coming in to listen in.
And I'm not quite sure what Coach McGuire is questioning or what he's having Briseno discuss with the up official, but this is getting extended.
And delay here.
Yeah.
And we're still discussing.
And this will get add some fuel to the crowd too, because they start to get a little antsy. And we're going to have a bit of a warning here on a delay.
Think we're ready to go?
Let's do it.
Back to volleyball. Katie Dalton serves. Elise McGee finds the seam and puts it down.
A deep corner for McGee, 6 kills. Matches Bibembe for carrying the offensive load for the Bears. And she goes back with a heavy topspin serve. Misses that one, but it's a high risk, high reward with the serve, and you go on the road and you've got to put some pressure with the serve.
You're looking for a 1-to-1 ratio there, aces, service errors?
You know, in a way, but you talked to Coach Bouchard, and he said, you know, against Iowa State in that first match where they lost in 5, he goes, we only had 3 service errors, and that's not enough on the road. You almost expect more errors than that if you go out and serve aggressive, because you expect some more aces, but some more errors. So he wasn't pleased, and that was definitely an area that they focused on to try to serve more aggressive.
Kendall Murphy for Baylor. Another one of those talented recruits, number 18 in the country. Freshman comes through big.
And this a one-on-one, because Anna Banjo, I think, had to stay there with Bibembe because she's had such a hot hand. So a one-on-one attempt.
Anna Banjo. Bibembe diving at it, but unable to get it.
And on a broken play, Kansas gets rescued because they were able to kind of better that ball, but it was an aggressive serve. The Bears keep going line to line with their serve and causing some issues for the service reception core of Kansas.
Great pickup from Katie Dalton. Reagan Cooper at the net.
And Cooper up high. Watch her go to work as just tremendous defense to even keep that ball alive. And Cooper's ability to reach over, watching her get over and press.
Talk about how physical Baylor is, but Kansas able to match them so far.
Yeah, Well, Cooper back in the lineup certainly helps.
Turner. Watch it for Michaela Myers. Cooper.
Oh, a net violation on the Bears, bails them out, but it was an adjustment. So Kansas in that first set had success tipping right over the top of the block, but Baylor adjusted to that. You're going to see a net violation there, but Ali Check was right there picking that up. So an adjustment from the Bears defense.
Gator Carlson backed into the net. And a Banjo to pick up. Katie Dalton runs it down. Big swing from Kendall Murphy.
And the Bears continuing to settle in set number 2, Kansas doing what they do defensively, keeping that ball alive. Difficult for teams to find the floor against this Kansas defense. Then had to get another free ball, and they took advantage of the second one.
Out to Cooper. Deep corner. Cooper with a half dozen kills.
Similar for the Bears, they have McGee, who can be terminal on the outside. Kansas has Cooper, and you could see the length and the range.
Alicia Andrew through the Kansas block. London Davis misses long. No, wait. Point Kansas.
I think that ball is out, and I think they had a touch.
I'm sorry, I was blocked on the call there. Ryan McGuire does not agree.
I don't know if they had him for a touch or a net violation.
Elise McGee Leaves no doubt about that one.
She returns back, so that's all right. I'll get the ball right back for us. That's 6'4". Outside with that power too. Leads all players in this match with 7 kills, hitting .417, coming off back-to-back 20-plus kill performances against TCU this past weekend.
El Nadi.
And then for the Jayhawks, El Nadi coming up a 25-kill performance in Ames, and it was this fast arm swing. If you're not pressed perfectly, El Nadi will let you feel it. They'll feel the heat. She finds the hands.
Talk about some heat. Alley check.
The set from Avery Carlson was pretty. Avery Carlson running, you can't see her in that frame, but that was a difficult set from her. Perfectly on a tee.
Good fought too. The serve tight to the net. Good pickup from Cameron Turner. Burns saved it for Kansas. Binbay makes Kansas pay.
Binbay, watch this. Rally goes on, exceptional defense. Cameron Turner just gets her hands on seemingly everything on the back row. But this fast offense.
Turner did well to set that to El Nadi.
I'm not sure how Cameron Turner stayed out of the net. I mean, just walking the tightrope there.
Athleticism.
And we talked about how the Bears defense had adjusted up that right back position. That was more about the perfect placement, and then a missed serve.
Diving out of the way. Now it's back to Elise McGee. Off the tape. El Nadi. Point's going to go to Kansas.
And net violation on Binbay, and she didn't refute that, so I think she knew she got in the net. Watching El Nadi's approach to the ball is so fun. That backswing and how she presents herself to the ball, a strong approach. If you're at home and you're a young volleyball player watching how you approach, I mean, watch El Nadi.
I watched Superman just before he takes off, too. Looks a lot alike to me.
Similar feels there.
Regan Cooper puts it away.
Well, the push out from Cameron Turner allows Regan Cooper to go heavy, like strong right into that angle. It's a blazing hitting percentage for an outside pin hitter, .583 to lead the Jayhawks. No errors, and that's the impressive things about Regan Cooper as a pin player.
El Nadi dives, but just misses. Kendall Murphy for the Bears.
Kendall Murphy at 6'3", managing this match really well. I mean, knowing that you go deep into the floor, right into the seam of the block, didn't try to attack into the block.
Cooper.
It's a timing a little bit off, actually. Had to use her hang time there. But because of that, doesn't go angle, shades it more towards the line because she just showed the angle shot, just showing that versatility.
Molly Schultz going to come into the match now for Kansas to serve.
And Molly Schultz checking in as a serving specialist for the Jayhawks, as she's done throughout the season. Has a low flat floater.
Off the Kansas block. Cooper with a pancake. It's good. Just past Molly Schultz. Once again, it's Kendall Murphy.
So she just went seam deep into the floor. Good pickup there from Reagan Cooper, showing some pancake skills, and then adjust it to go sharp angle.
Nadi from the back row. Keene with the pickup. Baylor with a 15-13 lead here in the second set. We'll take a break in Lawrence. Jayhawks taking the first set, trailing here in the second on Big 12 Now. What was really a pretty good first set from Kansas.
Yeah, they've limited their attacking errors. In that first set, Baylor had 9 errors attacking, and for them to come back and no errors in this second set, 13 kills, no errors as a team, hitting .591. That's phenomenal from the Bears.
Avery Carlson to serve.
Much more efficient.
Cooper. Wow, what an angle. I don't want to say surprised, but are you a little bit taken by Reagan Cooper's return and how good she's looked so far?
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have been able to know that she was injured just a few short weeks ago.
Alicia Andrew cuts a pretty good angle of her own.
And give credit to Avery Carlson. Watch her with the set. Going up high to get that to her middle. It's a beautiful one-handed set.
Since she was the number 4 recruit in the country, if you were scouting setters to come into your program, what are the abilities you would want?
Her hands are beautiful. I mean, like, watch the ball come out of Avery Carlson's hands, and it just looks effortless.
Havili-like?
I mean, Havili could take spin, and it would just dish, I mean, sweet nectar. Like, meaning there's no spin on the ball at all once it touched her hands. I mean, just like a ball spinning, coming in super high, and then when it touched their hands, it's just like gold coming off of them. And you can just tell off of their hands, it just looks different. Set selection too, the height of what they're setting, you know, their leadership. It's a number of things.
Point goes to Kansas. Baylor looking around to wonder.
And I think they had Carlson in the net, actually.
Ryan McGuire slowly picks up the card and says that will be a challenge.
Well, interesting, a critical point in this second set. The ruling on the court says in the net violation on the Bears, so point to the Jayhawks, tied it up at 16 all. Oh, yeah.
Well,
I think there was a net violation.
Twice there, wasn't it? Yeah.
Your partner, you're going to make a call this time? You're going to make a call. I know it.
Well, at first I thought it was Andrew there, but maybe.
I think it was on Carlson.
Maybe.
Right here on her descent, right there. See the middle of the net?
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing. It's just, do they have the angle? But again, you have to see clear and convincing to overturn it.
Hair does not count, correct?
Right, hair does not. But another significant break in the action.
Yeah.
It has not been a fluid set here in set number 2.
This one's shorter than our last review.
And the point's going to stand. So indeed, 16 all.
You can see the official signaling to Ryan McGuire that she got it with her shoulder. Bien serves. Cooper diving forward. Myers going back. Leads to a Baylor point.
And that one I don't think came cleanly out of the hands of Carlson. There was a double, I always say just call it fairly on both sides. They called a double contact on Cameron Turner early in this match. That one certainly was a double. So if you're gonna call them, then you've got to call all of them.
London Davis tips it over. Good dig from Bien out of the net. Ibinbe, too strong.
And a good pickup out of the net. A difficult play for Cameron Turner. A free ball though, and Baylor was able to put it away because Ibinbe, she's been the hot hand. 8 kills, just 1 error, 538 from the middle blocker.
Baylor hanging on to a 2-point advantage here as Kansas takes a timeout.
And a gritty set 2 here in this match, as Kansas was so dominant in set number 1, winning 25-16. Baylor with 9 hitting errors. They've cleaned it up on their side of the net, hitting .615. How different is that then, right? From set number 1 here in set number 2. 16 kills as a team, no errors on 26 attempts. That's phenomenal numbers.
3 matches remaining for the Kansas Jayhawks. A couple of tough ones there. At BYU, they'll finish on the road at Cincinnati, and then back home we'll see UCF here inside Horish.
Yeah, and that's a tough one to go in the road at BYU in their gym. It's always packed. At Cincinnati, a new place, a new venue that Kansas has never played. Actually 3 new members there to the Big 12, and so Kansas did play UCF though in non-con recently here in Horish, but still 3 new members of the Big 12 that they finish out their slate.
Well, the second set a little bit like maybe you thought this match was going to go.
Yeah,
Kansas
more so.
looked pretty good in the first set, but Baylor's come back strong here in the second.
And no rhythm really in this second set because there's been those break in the actions with some challenges. But give credit to a young Baylor squad that's shown that they're able to, you know, fight and kind of grit through a set. Up now in set number 2, and it's much different feeling if you are tied up 1-1 on the road than go down 0-2.
London Davis paints that back line.
And uses the entire court cross court, a difficult ball. That's one you just call a winner because no one's defending that one deep in the floor.
Wow. Ali check with a quick swing.
Ali Check has been the difference too in set number 2, especially no kills in set 1, 6 kills here in set number 2. They have not found an answer from the lefty on that right side.
Fatu to serve. Alnati just hangs in the air, finds a spot.
And such a smart shot from Aya Alnati. Again, out of the reach of the blocker's hand, right over in front of the defender.
Elise McGee.
And such a clean offensive performance in set 2 from the Bears, contrastingly different than set number 1, where we saw hitting errors. None here in set 2.
McGee with the ace. Takes the Bears to 21.
And the second team ace for the Bears comes at a critical time to get some more separation here in set 2. And the crowd pretty quiet now on their home floor as the Bears have did their biggest lead of the they had earlier lead in set number 2, but a significant one as we're narrowing in the end of set 2.
Kansas with a timeout. Billy Ebel and the Kansas staff talking things over. Another good crowd here inside Horish.
A sold-out crowd as the fans have really propelled this Jayhawk team to 12 straight wins on their home floor.
Well, it's got to be a fun time to be at Kansas now, isn't it?
You have basketball, the #1 team in the country, coming off the big win. Football is a big match this weekend. And a birthday wish, right?
Hey, those November birthdays are pretty good.
KU win. And a very happy birthday, actually, to Kansas. This player, Bryn Kirsch, celebrating her birthday today. It was Michaela Myers' birthday yesterday. And for the Bears, too.
Victoria Davis.
Yeah, celebrating a birthday. So happy birthday all around of the November birthdays.
We saw the Sunflower Showdown coming up on Saturday, KU Kansas State. Think any better than that? 5:30 Jayhawk Game Day Live. We'll get you set for kickoff right here on Big 12 Now. All right, critical time in this match for Kansas as McGee goes back to serve. Bien takes it. Overpass. And Kendall Murphy puts it away.
Some extra heat off of that timeout from Elise McGee. Riding that wave of confidence coming off that ace, going back for more. And a 3-0 scoring run to get some more separation for the Bears.
On a banjo for Kansas.
A much-needed sign out for the Jayhawks, fitting a deep part of the court, and it was a good first contact from Reagan Burns to run in-system play. Nia El-Nadi is the server for the Jayhawks that can get on a scoring run with her serve.
Just catches the tape. Now Baylor 2 points away from the second set. Bimbe will serve it. Junior from Cameroon. Cooper. Kansas watch it go wide.
And such a high production level from Reagan Cooper, continuing to hit at a high clip, and that one just couldn't quite keep it on their side from Elise McGee on the back row. 10 kills, first player to register double-digit kill in this match is Reagan Cooper.
Good serve from Banjo. Arsenio, the diving save out to Cooper. Great angle from Reagan Cooper. Kansas fighting back here in the second. And now it's Baylor calling a timeout.
And it's not necessarily that Kansas' offense has been off. They're hitting .571 in this set. So both teams, neither teams can just make a defensive play. So it's going to, Kansas though has to get stops now. So can they make some stops when it counts to try to get back in this second set? Baylor, if you're Baylor, just keep doing what they're doing and siding out.
You've talked before about the second set, especially for the visiting team, to go into the break down 2-0 versus 1-1. It's a big difference.
It's a huge difference, yeah. I mean, it's much more difficult to come back on the road and reverse sweep a team than the feeling of 1-1, right? I mean, because of how dominant Kansas was in set number 1, 25-16. So now Baylor able to capture this. The match in its entirety feels much different. a critical one, and it's a great timeout from Ryan McGuire, as he can sense, and the crowd was starting to get loud. And we've been witness, right, Lee, to some epic comebacks. I point back to that victory against Kansas State here. Kansas State was up 24-21. Kansas won that 26-24 in that second set. So Kansas has shown that they can do it.
And there is a calmness about this Kansas squad as well. And there maybe just a maturity, if you will. Just never really out of it.
Not too high, not too low.
Yeah.
I think it's indicative of the personalities a bit on the team. I mean, we see some fire and some heat from Anna Banjo, certainly with the fire that she plays, but I think it shows a little bit of their personality and how calm, cool, and collected.
Molly Schultz in to serve now. El Nadi with the dig. Cooper. Back to Cooper. This time it's down.
The first time didn't work for Reagan Cooper. Gets back to her touch point and then hits it deeper into the line to find that success. And what an evening that she has had.
Bears trying to get it out of the net. It was Myers and Cooper there for Kansas, and now they're even at 23.
And it took a pair of Jayhawks, the best friends, the roommates on this team. Michaela Myers teaming up with Reagan Cooper at the net. A 4-on scoring run now for the Jayhawks. Yet another timeout for the Bears.
And this crowd back into it.
And it's the loudest we've heard this crowd. The band always going, the Kansas band, but the crowd now on their feet trying to help the home team close out the second set and the comeback.
We were talking about Kansas, though, and the great venues. Obviously, Allen Fieldhouse next door, as good as it gets for basketball. We were there at Center Court just a week ago. But volleyball, this building has a feel for it when the crowd really gets into it and the team is playing well. It's really two of the great venues, I think, really in America, probably.
Yeah, and we talked to Coach McGuire about that. He said, how many does this seat? Because I think he's like, it feels like it's more than it actually does, right? I mean, because of the loud and the crowd feels like they're right on top of you. And a big reason why Kansas is on a 12-match winning streak on their home floor. The two hot hands for Baylor, Bibembe and McGee. Bibembe checked out, not on her front three rows, and McGee on the back row. So who is it from Baylor that can come up big with the kill?
Service error will take Baylor now to set point. So a good timeout from Ryan McGuire.
And some extra juice on that one.
Avery Carlson will serve it up for the Bears. El Nadi sends it to Cooper. El Nadi with a good dig. Cooper off the hands. Kansas draws even.
With the defense from Aya El Nadi. Look at that. Go into her left. And then Reagan Cooper, what she's been doing all night long, coming up with a kill when her team needs it. 13, leading the way for any player in this match.
The overpass. Myers redirects, and now Kansas has set point. Cameron Turner puts it in play. Myers was there. Cameron Turner on the floor. Cooper got a hand on that one. Out to Cooper. Carlson covers. Burns to Cooper.
Oh, Briseño. So good from Briseño. On the back row. The crowd was about to erupt, and Briseño just makes a dig and extends that. And then Elise McGee flying in from the back row to put it away. What a huge point for the Bears.
See Briseño fired up, even at 25. Kendall Murphy with the serve. It's long.
I don't know if Kansas is out of substitutions right now.
I think Ray Bouchard is checking perhaps, but Reagan Cooper is going to serve it. London Davis.
Pick up from Carlson too.
McGee. Myers was there for Kansas. Burns to El Nadi. Kansas takes set number 2. What a comeback.
I feel like we've seen this movie a time or two, partner. Kansas with an epic comeback in set number 2 on their home floor. Once again, come up big, and it's defense, and it's El Nadi to take a huge swing.
And her encouragement is our game. We're all proud of you. What was it that attracted you to this sport?
You know, there's so much beauty in this sport, in a sense, like the team aspect on your side of the floor. It's unique, right? Because there's a net between you and your opponents, and so you have that camaraderie. You have that so much fun and joy to just battle with your teammates, your sisters on their side of the net. And you know, I joke, but after every play, you get a high five and, you know, like cheer and move on to the next, right? So I never was, I guess I was a cheerleader in junior high, but I'm like, this is awesome. We get to have fun on our side of the net. Maybe I just wanted to shy away from the physical sports. I'm not sure, but
it wasn't physical. Did you dislocate your elbow playing volleyball as well?
I did.
Yeah, I thought so.
I did, but
yeah.
It's such an athletic sport. I mean, just the amount of athleticism that is on display in the game of volleyball, it's a thing of beauty for sure.
Well, you can see why it's so popular, especially in our area. And it's Michaela Myers starting Kansas out here in the third set. Victoria Davis in the match now. The birthday lady.
Happy birthday to Victoria Davis, number 7, checking in for the Baylor Bears in that middle position, trying a different lineup for the Bears to see if they can have some success here in set number 3.
Briseño lets that one go wide.
Elise McGee to serve.
You know, I talked about how critical set number 2 and going up 2-0 is. Kansas, we saw this on this home floor against Kansas State. Kansas State clawed back and pushed it to a 5th set. So it is definitely far from over here.
McGee with a rocket serve. Kansas able to play it. Allie check. He's come out swinging here in sets number 2 and 3.
The merging defense just couldn't corral that into an area to pick up. That's Burns and Bien on the back row. And Elise McGee has been able to produce with her serve.
London Davis scores it for Kansas. Katie Dalton in the Kansas lineup to serve. Jayhawks ducked out of the way, but that's good from Kendall Murphy. This 23 signing class from Baylor ranked number 7 in the country, so a lot of talent. You go down through their roster, 7 in the country, 4 in
ton
the
of
country,
talent.
18 in the country.
Right.
I mean, they were a lot of high-profile recruits, so the future very, very bright. But Baylor certainly. Cameron Turner battles. The ball just sat on the top of the net. Great angle from Ali Check.
And a quick start once again for the Bears. We saw this in set number 2. A great play to keep that alive, but and another fast offensive start for the Bears. Perfect 2 of 2.
Turned it on Naughty. Locked in 10-point Kansas.
And she finds so much success because she gets on the ball in such a hurry with the arm swing. You think, oh, she's a bit undersized for a pin player, but the approach and the speed at which she gets through the zone with her swing can beat so many blocks.
That's a good serve. Dalton with the pickup. El Nadi. Touch called on Kansas.
And Kendall Murphy putting up strong numbers. Watching her get to her touch point and then roll this over the top towards the line. A smart shot from the 6'3" freshman.
Cooper. Zenio with a nice dig. Cameron Turner there for Kansas. Jayhawks let that one go long. Ubinbe.
Yeah, just a missed opportunity from the Bears. Didn't miss by much. It's just the 10th hitting error, but 9 of those came in set number 1 for the Bears. So that was just their first error since then. It's been so clean from that first set. They've carried over that offensive production here in set number 3. But Kansas has played so cleanly offensively, limiting those errors, just 1 attacking error on their side. So the Baylor block still not able to get in front of the attackers from Kansas. There's a positive touch. And it doesn't have to be a terminal block. It can just be a positive touch like that, and that'll make Coach McGuire extremely pleased. Doesn't have to be terminal, but then you allow your offense to have easy work in transition. That's a one-on-one attempt for Elise McGee.
Burns able to save it. Saved it again. Cooper with the swing.
And throughout this point, I thought that Baylor had the upper hand throughout that. It kind of gets handcuffed there. It is Briseño on the back row, right in between playing it with your platform and up high with her hands.
McGee winds up this time. Kansas with the block. Cooper. Just wide.
And the first error from Reagan Cooper comes on her 27th swing.
Ubinbe will put it in play. Long. Caroline Bien checks in.
Caroline Bien, tremendous in the last couple matches as she's had to play that role, the outside hitter, Her freshman-sophomore campaign saw her in that 6th rotation, but this year converted a bit more to the DS as she rotates in for Reagan Cooper when she's on the back row.
Elise McGee, just some sheer power.
Her working right off of that left hand of that block. The block couldn't press in to take away that angle.
El Nadi. No touch. And once again, Baylor out to a 4-point advantage. Quick ball. Kayla Myers.
And Myers right into the gap. A good pass sets up that offense, a quick tempo. 6 kills on 9 attempts, no errors from Kayla Myers.
Off the Kansas block, that's Ali Check.
Ali Check waiting for that ball to cross that shoulder with that strong left arm that she swings with.
Long from McGee. Dalton back into serve. Good pick up from Bien. Bien again. El Nadi. Fires it.
Well, a couple of strong digs from Caroline Bien on the back row and middle back. Extended this rally, and then Aya El Nadi somehow finds that seam through the 2 blockers oh so well.
Bien lets that one go long from Kendall Murphy. Good serve. Turner winds up and hits it. Zenyo was there. Jayhawks all over the floor. El Nadi with a tip. Carlson was there.
Oh, the fight. Briseño with the one-arm stab to keep that ball up and alive. Avery Carlson making the adjustment to not allow that tip from Aya El Nadi over the top to work. So some adjustments and a great defensive play from Briseño, who goes back to serve to keep the Bears fighting through a really gritty point.
Jayhawks back to within 1.
Both these teams trading points right now midway through this third set, going back and forth. Neither team able to extend or get a couple points in a row. Heads up play from B-Ben Bay.
Dalton ducks out of the way, but that ball. Ray Bouchard.
Associate head coach Billy Ebel says, Coach, use your challenge. Use your challenge. That one was out.
Ray Bouchard just
so calmly
reaches over for the card.
What did Coach Self tell us, right? The Hall of Famer
He's going to be
Coach
more
Self,
like him?
He said, I'm going to try to channel.
I saw that against Kentucky.
No, you didn't see that last night?
No.
So I'm gonna channel my Ray Bouchard this year and how calm and cool he is. So let's see if the ball is in or out. Yeah, that one is out. I see blue. You see blue, partner?
Yeah. I thought Katie Dalton ducked out of the way. It did not touch her, did it? I think they're looking in out.
We'll give credit to the associate head coach Billy Evil on that one because he was quick to grab. He's like, grab that now.
I think they're looking at in out.
Ball is out. Partner, I don't want to jinx us, but I think we're 100% tonight.
You might be. So another good challenge from Ray Bouchard. We're going to give Billy Evil an assist on that?
I think we should.
Yeah.
He was right on that one. Way to go, Billy.
Molly Schultz to serve.
That'd be Benbay on the outside. I like the sense, just moving their middle blocker around to a different zone.
Hammering it down.
And a look we haven't seen from Benbay on the outside, but it was nails from Briseño taking a difficult serve with her platform. This Baylor team is insisting so much because of how well they're able to handle first contact.
Turner sends it out to Reagan Cooper. 15 kills now for Reagan Cooper. Welcome back.
And that's hitting 500. And she does it because of that, just the floating, it looks effortless, right? When she just goes and just hangs up in the air. Her leaping ability coupled with her length makes for a nice combination.
Reagan Burns with a nice pickup. Tight to the net, Cooper. Somebody was in the net. Point Kansas. Now the Jayhawks are back to even.
Well, that length came into play there on the side. Reagan Cooper able to even get a hand up that high.
Cameron Turner there for Kansas. Cooper. London Davis. The ball falls back on the Kansas side.
And the first team block gives Baylor the lead.
Baylor with a lead as we take the break here in the third set. Kansas leads 2-0 here on Big 12 Now.
This is our chant. It resonates through generations, past and future. It drives champions, toe-to-toe and arm in arm. When our chant signals victory, it shakes the foundation. It is the foundation. Together we climb its peaks and search its valleys. It fuels our ambitions. We wear it, fly it, raise it, claim it. This is our chant. What will you do when this is your chant?
Together, we're elevating our potential and opening up a whole new world of possibilities. Elevate your University of Kansas experience with Jayhawk checking from Central Bank. Central Bank and KU, elevating together.
We started at 12, running 11 deep, and dropping down since 9-6. What happened when the Big 8 met the Southwest? 7 Heismans, count them. We're 6 at the net, 5 on the floor, and 4 schools stronger. We put up threes, throw up deuces, and make one thing clear. We've always been greater than 12.
We got a good one brewing here in Lawrence. Kansas took the first 2 sets. Baylor fighting back. Leading here in the third.
And Ryan McGuire's team goes up 15-14 in this third, trying to fight their way back, down 2-0 on the road. And a good sign for them as they were able to register a team block. Elise McGee got them on the board in that category. We've seen some positive touches, don't get me wrong. It doesn't always have to be terminal, but that was a good sign as they're starting to get more hands at the plane of the net to try to slow down this red-hot offense from the Jayhawks.
London Davis, half dozen kills.
And Kansas as a team hitting 444. Those are incredible numbers as you look at a hitting efficiency.
It's been an offensive show, but both teams fight so hard to keep the ball off the floor on both ends. It's really been fun to watch. Bien with the serve. Morgan Burns with a dig. For a swing from Davis. And then London Davis for Kansas. Jayhawks with the lead.
And this with the defense coming alive. Caroline Bien showing that range in middle back. Big reason why she was recruited as a libero into, out of high school, but she kept growing. She still holds service now for the Jayhawks.
El Nadi. Elise McGee. Make that a dozen.
Yeah, make it a dozen. She's leading the way for the Bears, continuing to have that hot hand. Double-digit kills in 10 of the last 11 matches for the Bears. She's been so reliant. And that just is not working for Aya El Nadi. Had success in set 1.
Carlson was all over it and then check, puts it away.
But the adjustment from the Bears defense. Aya El Nadi wanting to use that as an outlet, but not there. And then an aggressive deep swing from Ali Czech. Had a slow set number 1, but since then, she's been really good for the Bears.
The overpass. Bien got a stab at it to save it. London Davis. Keene was there with a dig for Baylor. Michaela Myers, Aya El Nadi.
A gritty defense on display throughout for the Jayhawks. It was their court defense earlier in this rally, and then a block at the plane of the net to end it. The third team block for the Jayhawks. Ties this third set up, 17 apiece.
Reagan Burns serves.
Elise McGee to serve.
Burns takes it for Kansas. Blocked, I believe that was Victoria Davis. And the Baylor bench erupts.
We're talking about needing a block. How about this one? As hard as you're going to attack the ball, it's going to come back just as fast right back at you if it's well timed, well executed. And that was exactly that from Victoria Davis. Checking into this third set, making a huge play. Hit her team up by 2 now.
I think Victoria Davis's mom was a beach Olympian. Annette, right down your alley.
Oh yeah, Annette Davis is a tremendous beach volleyball player, tremendous. Has to be extremely proud of her daughter on her birthday.
This This third set going to the wire. What do you foresee here over the next 6-7 points?
I think it's just, you know, on the side of the Bears, is like, we've been here. We were here in set number 2. How do we close this out and keep the pressure on Kansas with that intensity that you just saw right after that block, that enthusiasm? Again, it's a young team, so they're growing through their experiences. Not a senior on this roster. But you grow through experiences like this on the road in a difficult, you know, environment against a very quality team in the Jayhawks. A top 25 battle that we expected, these type of close sets going down to the wire.
Elise McGee with double-digit kills in 10 of her last 11 matches. She's at a dozen, and she'll go back to serve.
And that toss just a little bit behind her, didn't lead herself into that serve.
Katie Dalton for Kansas. Long from Kendall Murphy. And we're back to even.
Well, had a good look, a one-on-one attempt.
Dalton with a deep serve. El Nadi winds up. Kansas with the lead.
Well, El Nadi made a play to come off of that. She was the player up blocking. And look at her, the awareness to play that with her platform. And then the opening, that's such a pretty placement from El Nadi. The Jayhawks now on a 3-0 scoring run. Timeout to the Bears. You talk about the ebbs and flows of the game of volleyball, and just a couple 3 points ago, the Bears had to feel really good at where they were at, right? And now momentum on the side of the Jayhawks.
How about the return of Reagan Cooper? Just a scary, scary ankle injury last time we saw her, but she is back and doesn't look like she's missed a beat.
Not at all. 16 kills to 1 error on 30 attempts, hitting 500. Diving in, getting a part of the blocking party as well. The awareness to tip over, see the floor, and the athleticism, seeing her rise up and over. The variety of shots, and so efficient from the grad transfer from Texas Tech into this program, utilizing that final season with a tremendous amount of leadership too.
Well, it's a credit to the medical staff. It's a credit to the equipment the players wear now, and the care that is given to these athletes is just, it's amazing. Certainly great to see her back.
Yeah, when that happened live and we were here, it looked like it could be season ending.
Just 2 weeks ago, right?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Not even 2 weeks ago. That was the 3rd and the 4th of November, right?
Right. Yep. Katie Dalton with the ball. Kansas with the lead. Turner to El Nadi. Kansas by 2.
And another good dig from Caroline Bien. And El Nadi through that seam without any type of opening, and she is able to exploit it.
Dalton to El Nadi. Costa was on the floor to save it. On a banjo.
Well, and the confidence, that's Katie Dalton, your backup setter, setting that, because she comes back, she comes in to the match playing back row, and what a luxury to have that as a secondary set option. Katie Dalton, your backup setter.
Another timeout from Baylor.
A 5-0 scoring run as Kansas extends their lead.
Jayhawks creeping closer to this third set. We talked about how good they have been here inside Horish. The crowd can sense it now, I think.
And they're on their feet and showing some love to this home team, a team that has been good throughout. And the last time we saw them lose was against Purdue late August on this home floor. Is that right, partner?
Yeah. And that match could have gone either way,
Either
too.
way.
Yeah.
It was 17-15 they lost in the fifth. And the Boilermakers are making, I mean, they're really causing havoc, doing well in a tough Big Ten. I mean, but behind Nebraska and Wisconsin, 1 and 2 in the polls. But then, excuse me, I think Wisconsin is now 3 as Stanford has went into that 2 spot. But Purdue doing good in the Big Ten, a difficult conference. And I talked to Coach Bouchard. He said, listen, you know, we're 19-5, or 10-4 in a really tough conference. But this team wants more. He said, we don't necessarily talk directly about what this one means, but they can sense it. He's like, you know, they're smart.
Dalton with the serve. The overpass. Point to Kansas.
Avery Carlson back row. So he gets called for that violation. I think a little bit frustrated with that call.
Ali Check takes out some frustration.
Yeah, Ali Check has been, though, that vocal leader. Ryan McGuire said, you know, and gets the kill, gets her team out of that rotation. You can see her giving right back into her teammates. With that verbal acknowledgement, a big let's go.
Zenio serves. Out to El Nadi. Bibinbe.
And Avery Carlson goes up and high to get that ball. And this makes on a banjo jump with Carlson, so an open net for Bibinbe to swing away.
And now Kansas went to timeout. Holding on to a 2-point lead here.
And now just like that, the momentum on the side of the Bears. And this is where the Jayhawks were just in set number 2. So can the Bears spoil this third set and push this one to a 4th set? It's going to go back. Briseño with the ball in her hand. She's a good server for the Bears.
Take a look at what's ahead for the Baylor Bears. West Virginia and Houston, both at home.
Both at home.
Houston, we've seen them very, very good.
And they've been great since they've been here. I mean, those are 2 quality wins. And I talked to Coach Bouchard. He said, you got to look at our wins so far. And those Houston wins are 2 of our best. So that should be a great matchup against a ranked opponent in the Houston Cougars for the Bears in their conference play.
You mentioned the Open. Baylor's won 5 straight over Kansas. Jayhawks trying to snap that streak, trying to keep their home winning streak alive.
And 8 out of the last 10 in this series. So really Baylor's had the upper hand in this matchup against the Jayhawks. But 5 in a row. And the Jayhawks on the verge, but a big side out needed here.
Briseño will serve it.
So Kansas with a 2 attacker option because Cameron Turner's on the front row for the Jayhawks. So they have the option of Ana Banjo and Aya El Nadi on the front row.
Bien takes it. On a banjo. Oh! That was a real shot. Briseño, I think, is okay, but man, that was a direct hit. and takes Kansas now to match points. Her teammates checking on her.
Bersenio is tough as nails.
That was a rocket shot.
Came in a hurry, and she was just frustrated with herself after that play.
Match points now for Kansas. El Nadi to serve. Turner. To Cooper. Kansas wins it in 3.
Well, quite the welcome back party for Reagan Cooper. Injured just a short time ago. To lead the way. 17 kills, just 1 error on 31 attempts. That's 5-16 for your outside pin player. Kansas able to sweep the Baylor Bears on their home floor, win 13 straight in the friendly confines of Horace Family Volleyball Arena. A quality win, adding to their resume, and a lot of momentum as they go onto the road, facing BYU later this week. But you look at the efficiency from Kansas, 452 as a team. That's outstanding numbers, and we're going to be joined by the grad outside hitter in Reagan Cooper. Reagan, we talked, it was 12 days ago, and I thought, I'm not sure we're going to see her the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Take me through what it's been like the last 12 days for you to recover to get to this place right here.
The trainers have been fantastic. My team has been so supportive. I wasn't sure, once it initially happened, I wasn't sure how long, it was going to take. That was my biggest worry. But thanks to the trainers and everyone being so supportive, I progressed a lot quicker than I thought I would.
17 kills, just 1 attacking error, and that one you didn't miss by much, hitting 5-16. What was working tonight for you? What were you thinking tonight as you were going up with this matchup against a very physical Baylor team?
Right. Just communicating with Cam, we knew that kind of hanging the ball inside was the best option for us, and as they adjusted on me, I adjusted with Cam as well, tried out some different shots. But yeah, it was also just communication, talking to the back row, making sure they're covering me so I can feel like comfortable enough to swing away, and it helped a lot.
The second set magic I feel like we're seeing here in Horace. You guys are down 23-21. What was the message in that huddle late into that set that led to this sweep tonight?
It was mostly just having competitive grit, keeping the energy on our side and staying competitive, not singling it out just because, we were down, knowing that the game wasn't over and taking it point by point, and that helped a lot.
You get to go on the road against a new conference foe in BYU.
Yes.
Have you talked at all about BYU or what to expect on that matchup?
Yeah, we've been watching BYU throughout the year. They're a really good physical team, and we're going to be ready to go into their gym, which is a pretty hard gym to compete in, and just, try our best. I think we have a good opportunity to go in there and really show who we are, and I'm excited to go compete. So.
It was great to see you.